Hey everybody. Decided to do an early one today. Um, it's been one of those days. I got some bad news. A friend of mine passed away this morning. So I may not be on here too up along tonight. Wait and see if we get a few more people on here. Hey Sean, Slayer, and the few other that might be watching. Yeah, she was a neighbor of mine, and she moved out of here just a couple miles up the road, and her sister lives here, which I'm kind of liking, and so I'm going to be trying to help her get through this. So anyway, Humberto, that's the visible satellite that I wanted to show you all today. Got a pretty nice eye on it. Pretty looking, and it's not going to hit us here in the U.S. The models has it skirting right past Bermuda. Bermuda's going to get it, but this thing could wobble. It could take a direct hit, or it could just, scoot a little bit further away. So I was checking out, here in close to Savannah, Georgia, is the Tybee Island, and I checked the webcam. Yeah, they got some waves, nothing real big, so really isn't worth showing. And as of right now, it's too far away from it's too far away from Bermuda, but webcam isn't really showing anything. Now they haven't updated this page yet. Now this little tropical area, and I'll show it to you on satellite, over here next to Texas, it's so close to the coast, and just like I said at 11 o'clock last night, about all it's going to do is bring a lot of rain to Galveston, Houston. You'll see on the satellite here in a bit. It's got a 20%. Last night it was a 10%. And then this thing over here, that's got a 90%. And we'll have to keep a close eye on this one because it very well, after it forms here, all the models has got it skirting right past the Leeward Islands, the Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico. Hey, Jane. So we'll have to keep a close eye on this. And then as far as the track for Humberto, there you can see it. Now if you look right here, that's Bermuda, and they've already got a tropical storm watch. That's what that little yellow dash down there is. That's tropical storm watch already for Bermuda. And right here, the models are showing it to be a Cat 2 hurricane as it goes by. And as you can see on the ticker at the bottom, it is a Cat 1, 90 mile per hour winds right now. Yeah, they're on the bad side. This thing comes up, unless it goes to the far left of the cone, they're gonna get hit because the worst side of the storm is that right front quadrant. There you can see Bermuda. So yeah, they're going to be on the nasty side, and if this thing wobbles, they could take a direct hit. The models aren't showing that. The models are pretty much showing either down the center or slightly over here. Is what the three models that I like to look at is showing right now. So they're going to get affected. And I can show you here. Change region. Get to Western Atlantic. Now about where my pointer is, if you can see it, that's Bermuda. So this is the GFS. And you can see how it gets really close. Bermuda's right there. So we'll take a look at the euro. Bring this back. Again, about right there. That's Bermuda. So the euro has it a lot stronger and definitely a lot closer. That's Bermuda there. Now we can take a look at the other one I like to use. Hey, Skywarn. And this is the HWRF, and it's really got it a lot stronger than Cat 2. And they're pretty much going to get nailed off of that model. This is Bermuda right here. Right there, the tropical storm force winds at least will get Bermuda off of this model. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now, go back to satellite. And let me stop this. You can see I'm losing daylight. But that right there, that's Bermuda. Okay, as far as this thing over here in the Gulf, it's got a couple different areas of spin in it. And let me load up the satellite. It's just so close to the coast. It's really don't have enough time to really form anything. And that's the reason why they only put a 20% on it. Yeah, as these models get updated, Slayer, then, everything changes. So, two of the models say it's going to miss them. Another one is going to be a little bit closer to them. So, anyway, you can see this spin. And there's been a couple different areas of spin, but they really think that area right there is probably going to be the most dominant spin on it. But the main problem is when I switch over here to, let's look at water vapor. Now it's been kind of losing its strength as far as the water vapor shows. You can see how it moves along. It gets weaker and weaker. But those waters in the Gulf are like bathtub water. They're really warm. And then as the air cools off tonight, so overnight, they're really expecting these thunderstorms to really blow up. This is infrared. You can see how the tops are getting lighter colored or weakening. The models are suggesting that with the cooler air tonight and those real warm waters, these storms will blow up all over again. So, Houston, look out. You're going to flood again. Of course, somebody sneezes and they're going to flood. But Galveston, Houston, it looks like they're definitely going to get a lot of rain. Some of the models are showing as much as a foot. Hey, Elmira. So they could get a 8 to 12 inches of rain. No, it's not a tropical storm. It's just an area to watch. And it's only got a 20% chance. So it's just going to be a rainmaker. It's too close to the coast to form it. So I don't think it will make a tropical storm. Now let's take a look at 97L. Now this one I'm kind of concerned about. And I'll tell you why. Okay, I've already lost daylight. Now here's a tropical wave that we were kind of concerned about earlier in the week. But it didn't get a chance to form. This out here, this is 97L. And that cone shows it forming, somewhere like that. But here you've got the Virgin Islands, you got the Leeward Islands. This thing could take a track over to there, and Puerto Rico. Put this in motion. It's definitely got spinning. You won't get to see a whole lot of visible, but you'll get to see enough. I think you'll get to see the spin in it. Yeah, maybe not. Let's look at infrared. Now there's another wave. Actually, there's a couple more waves, but we ain't really watching those right now. You can see these light clouds or lower level clouds are going northeast as the storms are blowing up and coming southwest. So there's spin in it. So we got to keep a close eye on this one because I really think there is a possibility that it will skirt the Virgin Islands, and that could change. Now, the reason why it might totally miss them and miss us is, see all this dark area? That's a high pressure dome that we got right now. So that's what's helped pushing Humberto away from us. There is a high pressure system out here as well. I'll put this in blue. There's a big high pressure here. So everything rotates around that. Now, the cone on 97L is coming up like this. Where does this high go? Does it stay out there? And what about this heat pressure dome, this high system that's over the southeast? That, some of the models are looking like it's going to skirt this way. And with that clockwise motion and this one out here, it could shove 97L more to the west. If it does, it could possibly hit Florida or somewhere in the southeast. But what some of the models are showing is that 97L is going to come up like this. And once Humberto goes by, it's going to create a trough. And with that being lower pressure, and if this high stays out over here in the southeast and a high over this way, and then you turn around and get a low pressure trough, it's going to take the path of least resistance. Low pressure runs away from high pressure. So with this low pressure following Humberto, a lot of the models are saying that it's going to continue to track and follow Humberto. Too early to tell. We'll just have to wait and see. Now Humberto has pretty much made its turn. It's east northeast. It's starting to speed back up a little bit at 7 miles per hour, which is good. Let it get up out of here. Yeah, that's part of, like I tell you guys, whenever there's a ridge of high pressure, there's going to be a trough to bring cooler air down, and you can kind of see this for Europe. It'll cool down over there as we're dealing with outrageous heat over here in the eastern U.S. So that's about all I got for the 5 o'clock. Like I said late last night, I doubt if I'll be doing anything else tonight. So if anything major changes, I will at 8 o'clock, but I don't see that. The 5 o'clock that is the latest was one of the major updates where they updated the cone. And if any of you watched last night, this cone looks different. It's got a jig jog in it from what it was last night. So this is the latest cone. Anybody got any questions? So, yeah, eyes on Bermuda for sure. Let's take a look at the webcam for out there. Gotta wait for a commercial.
1,300 global credit institutions at once.
Heck with the commercials, they ain't paying me to run it. I'll bring it up here after the commercial. Okay. As you can see, the camera's on a cruise ship, but you can see it's really calm. Humberto's too far away yet. And from what I seen this morning, it's looking like 8 o'clock Wednesday night, depending on how much it speeds up. So sometime Wednesday, a couple more days, Bermuda should start seeing the effects of it. So there you go. That's one of the Bermuda webcams. You see the cloudiness already starting to show up, but it's long, long ways. So the good news for Bahamas is Humberto gave them a break, didn't fully form until they got away from there. Even the rains off of it has cleared up. So they're back to clean up and still trying to find people. Last that I heard, there's still 1,300 that are missing with 52 dead on the Bahama Islands. You know how to handle water? Yeah, y'all get it a lot over there. So that's all I got for now, folks. And I appreciate the sympathy. I want to try to get a hold of my neighbor Kim, sister to the one that passed away today, and make sure she's okay. Jody had left a 12 or 13-year-old son behind, and she was a single mother. So need to find out how Jacob's doing. We kind of knew this was coming, but it really threw everybody for a shock this morning. So thank you all for understanding. There's just not a whole lot to show you with the weather. I got you up to date. Humberto, a couple days we'll know if Bermuda's going to get nailed. Somehow or another, they're going to get affected because this thing's getting wider and wider all the time. So if anything really special shows up at 8 o'clock, I'll jump on, but I'm not guaranteeing it. Again, Humberto is a Cat 1, 90 mile per hour, which is almost Cat 2. 96 mile an hour is Cat 2. And pressure did drop 972 millibar and moving east-northeast at 7. Last night it was moving northeast at 3. So it's finished making that right turn, and now it's starting to speed back up. So thanks again, folks. I'm going to get off here, get with my friends, and thanks for understanding. I will try to do an update tomorrow. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I will be on Wednesday though, so I gotta wait and see how tomorrow goes. I gotta make sure Kim's going to be okay. So thanks again, folks. Catch you on the next broadcast.